Hola, buenos días. For real.
Buenas tardes, buenas noches.
This is Barb.
And this is Estella.
And welcome to
Cafecito.
And Crime. You fucking hoe. She's laughing at me because I was just talking shit. And then all of a sudden I'm like, hola.
It just sounded like,
she's
okay,
like,
fake.
Fake ass. Worry about yourself. I don't care. Oh, wow. Okay. You need to stop.
But anyways.
How is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing okay or okay. How was your weekend? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. And my weekend was good, as always. No digo nada más.
Siempre. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm good.
I went on a thorough search of jeans that fit me.
And
I found
what was the verdict?
one pair.
But now you can buy it online.
So I'm going to tell everybody what happened. I have long legs. Then I lost a lot of weight. So now I have long legs and no ass.
Mm-hmm.
So then I don't know what size I am, right? So then I'm like, and then I don't know. I'm pretty sure people know about this. So like when you have been bigger for a long time or bigger, you know, in your mind, you're never going to see yourself smaller, even though you are smaller, right? So then yo me miraba, no, there's no way I can be this size. And then I'll put it back. And then I'll be like, no, this is too small. And then I'll put it back. So anyway, point of my story is, that's not the problem. The problem is that I can't find long enough pants.
Yeah.
Then I'm high watering.
But isn't that the style?
No, fuck all that shit. So I
personally don't do that, pero.
Because you personally don't have a problem with high water pants.
No.
Right?
I do not. No.
So do you wear short?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to look for short. It's the same thing as like me. You can't wear regular because regular te queda muy largo, right? Well, me, I have to wear long, right? And my daughter wears long too, even though she might not be as bad as mine because mine is like my legs are really long. So then, fui como, no te miento, como unas 6 tiendas minimum. And then I'm like, you know what? Most of the time I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna wear a skirt or something like that. But this time I'm like, no, I'm gonna fucking find these jeans, dude, because it's not fair.
It's been long. It's been a time, like a good amount of time where you haven't bought like jeans.
And not only that, pero Estella knows that this is not just the first time that I've had this
problem.
This problem. So I've been like, this was a time where I'm like, no, los voy a comprar.
No, but I mean, I feel like now there's a higher chance of you finding the pants than before in the previous years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like, I've always told you, like every weekend, I'm like, I'm going to go look for pants. And I never fucking find anything. So when I went over there, I went everywhere. We went to the Gap. We went to Aeropostale. First of all, Aeropostale sucks because they have nothing and no long pants. And then we went to all these stores. I even went to Ralph Lauren because I'm like, you know, well, fuck it. You know, si tengo que pagar dinero, pues pago, ni modo.
Well, just...
Me compro nada más un par. Dije yo, ¿verdad? Nada. So then I'm like, let's go to the last store that was my last resort. That was Abercrombie. No, la otra, ¿cómo se llama?
Hollister.
No, Hollister no había.
American Eagle.
So then I'm like, okay, we look, nada. And then I go and I ask the guy, I'm like, hey guys, I mean, can you guys help me? Like, I really want to find a pair of jeans that are long, like
Largos.
My size long. And the guy's like, no, we don't carry any in store. You know, in the store.
You have to check online.
Yeah, which I get that. But how am I going to know if I'm going to like the way the pants look on me if I can't find them in the store?
Because you have to buy them apparently and try them on. Y si no te gustan, los regresas.
Fuck online. All that shit. And then y luego que me voy a quedar sin pantalón.
¿Cómo empezaste?
Como empecé, de nuevo. So I ended up in the same spot.
But you found a pair.
One pair.
But now you know that you can find that pair online too in different like colors or whatever, or washes.
So I was just, it's very frustrating. And I know that there's someone out there that understands me. It's very frustrating when you have to go to all these fucking stores.
You know, I just say check online from now on and read the description. Yeah, for how long is, you know what I mean?
No, because I don't, like, usually the time before that I went to the mall, we went to 3 stores, and all 3 of them did not have long. And at one point I'm like, I'm just going to wear pants de hombre.
So you got to do what you got to do.
I mean, fuck it. Pero luego their pants are even worse than ours because they're at 36,
they have no
32,
waist.
and they have no waist. So then you're all like, okay, well,
Tampoco
I'm
no te van a quedar bien.
Tampoco no me van a quedar bien. De por sí no tengo nalgas. Y luego, like, you know, but anyway, I'm pretty sure people out there, like the gene struggle is real. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. There's no way.
No, of course not.
I mean, because un dress te lo metes así, even if it's a little bit snug,
no.
te lo metes, ¿no?
Well, as far as like for tall people goes, I think I told you, or I don't know who I said this to. I think I sent it to my friends in the group chat. So in Toronto, they had like you have friends? Yeah, more than you.
Wow.
They had like a tall people gathering, only tall people. And I think, like, no, the shortest people, I think the shortest person was like 5'10". Everybody, all the girls were like 6'2", 6'3", 6'1", like all the men, 6'4", 6'5", and the shortest person was 5'10", 5'11". And then they looked short. So maybe you should message them, be like, where do you buy pants?
They actually have a store called Tall American. Or tall something like that.
How come you don't go there?
Because they're online. Once again, like I want to see the pants and make sure that I like the style and all that bullshit.
I don't think that's going to be your journey.
Apparently not. It's not my journey.
But at least you tried.
Pero I know for a fact, because even my sister was like, well, buy Khloe Kardashians but I'm like, dude, I needed them at that moment because I wanted to wear them the next day, you know? Yeah. So anyway, point is.
You're struggling.
I'm on the struggle bus and I'm always on the struggle bus. But this time it's like, I don't understand why. So you lose weight because you think, okay, that you know there's gonna be more options. Zero.
Well, it's because your length.
Yeah. So for the record, I am about 5'10". I think I've gotten shorter.
No.
Because se me creció la back aquí como el lomo este.
Yeah, pero tus patas didn't get short.
But I have a really short torso. So like I don't know if
I don't think it has anything to do with pants.
But it does, because that means that my pants come all the way up here, so I have longer legs. It does. So so my husband is taller than me, but he has short legs.
And a long torso.
Yeah.
Well, you just buy low rise as opposed to high rise, right?
Yeah, pero that's for people que no tienen puchainas. Si tienes una fupa,
you know there's regular, bro.
Te llevó la verga.
I don't know.
Te llevó la verga because you're like, bruh, what am I going to do? So Gene Journey is not working for me right now. So if anybody has any ideas of what should I do.
I'm telling you, go online.
Anybody else? Anybody? Not Estela. Just anybody.
Since she told me, I'm like, check online.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay.
Okay.
So check online.
Anybody else?
Measure yourself. Measure the pants that you have. And then when you check online, you read the descriptions of the tall.
Sometimes, me ha pasado esto, I don't know if anybody has this problem, but then you buy the pants, te los pones, and you're like, oh, they fit you. You wear them, you wash them motherfuckers, and they shrink. Yes, that's happened to me, where they're short again. And I'm like, what
do you dry them?
Fuck?
Or do you let them air dry?
You know I don't dry. Look at my fucking clothes. It's always I air dry everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, shit, nada más tengo tres y luego pa' que
se
me encojan. So then I'm like, no, I'm really careful about that. And I even, my kids too, the same thing. Pero girl, it happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Anyhow, besides the gene problem that we're having.
Your gene tangent.
My gene tangent. Where are we going today? We have a random ass tangent.
You with your
shit.
You really needed to get that off your chest.
I was upset. Besides that, I'm also on a find the best queso in Houston. Okay, that's number 2. But number 1 is find jeans that fit me.
More than one.
Yeah, because I can find good queso. You know, I think that's something
you can make good.
I can make good queso myself. But I'm like, no, I need a pair of jeans that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wear these all the time. No, bitch, nothing. Mm-hmm. Nothing.
Anyways,
where are we going?
For today's case, we are going to Richland County, Illinois.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Virginia.
No.
Illinois.
I think over there's Richmond, no? This is Richland.
Oh, Richland.
Sí.
Oh, es que como no te estaba poniendo atención.
Oh, okay. Story of my life. It's fine. Nobody listens to me.
For real. She's going out of town, and me and my sister-in-law, the other one, we're always like, when are you leaving? She's all like, I've already told y'all 8 times. I'm like, oh.
And then I just told you where to find jeans online, and you're like, what?
What?
No.
Anybody else? Anybody? Yeah. She's like, she's always like, I already told you. And then me and Tina be like, hey, when are you leaving?
Anyways.
So if you would like to come with us to Virginia, vergas. ¿Dónde?
Richland, Illinois.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and grab your cafecitos.
And let's get started. Now, we do go back and forth between small towns, Claremont and Olney, Illinois, which are both located in Richland County. That's why I just said, let's do fun, random, interesting facts about Richland County. So Richland County is known for its squirrels specifically.
Girl.
And Olney.
Not the squirrels.
Let me tell you. The white squirrel.
White squirrel?
An albino, pues.
Wow.
An albino squirrel of the eastern gray squirrels. That's where they reside in Richland County, specifically in Olney.
Mi panza.
They actually have laws that are said to protect the squirrels because people las quieren andar hunting and shit.
Why? Leave them alone, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Exactly. So they cannot be hunted.
No, don't hunt any squirrels, please.
Yeah.
Besides, but people do eat squirrels in Louisiana. Sí se comen.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I've seen it. I saw it on Swamp People. You know, for a while, I thought I was a swamp person.
Yeah. You look like one.
Thank you.
Every October, they have an annual squirrel count.
And they all get in line at the same time. Be like, a ver, vengan. Vamos a contar.
They're like, we have pecan.
Yeah.
No, so there is an annual squirrel count, and it's held to track the population of the squirrels. In 2004, there were 81 albino squirrels counted.
I need to tell you something.
What?
So a few months ago, no, probably like a month ago.
Can I keep this in?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're sitting outside.
You ate a squirrel?
No, bitch. So we're sitting outside, right? And then your mom and now my in-laws are fucking hilarious because they're both ridiculous, right? But my father-in-law is the hilarious of them all because he acts like he's not hilarious, but he really is.
Yeah, like he doesn't even try.
He doesn't even try.
We just laugh.
So, and then I laugh at him. And so then they have these big old trees, right? In the front of their house, there's two, and they're both pecan.
Yeah.
And so then they're huge, but they've been there for a long time. So then he's standing there and he's like, no, es que estas pinches, las ardillas no dejan las pecans.
Yeah.
And so then all of the pecans are all hechos pedazos.
No dejan que like they fall on their own.
Fall on their own, right?
Yeah.
And so then, girl, tell me why. I'm sitting there with your mom and we're talking about something random.
Yeah, we're outside.
We're outside. And then my mother-in-law has two chairs. And so we always sit in front of there because that's like the little porch.
Yeah.
Entonces, why was he fighting the fucking squirrel? And the squirrel was like there. And he's like throwing rocks and palos at the squirrel because the squirrel was eating his pecans.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you do understand, you're not going to reach it.
You're not going to win.
You're not going to win. The squirrel is going to win.
Yeah.
And
Can you climb the tree?
No. And so he's like literally like screaming at it. And I'm like, the squirrel does not give a fuck about you.
They don't know what you're saying.
And so me and your mom were laughing at him. But I just thought it was...
Speaking of squirrels, you were like... Speaking of
squirrels. And then another thing I wanted to say about squirrels is that at that place that we went to go look for the jeans, it's an outlet, little mall. Adentro de allí, there was a store that had a table for squirrels. Y tenían como like nuts. And the squirrels would go in the store and get their nut and then walk out. And they would sit down.
Like real squirrels?
Yeah, like squirrels.
Like from the wild?
Yeah, people were like taking pictures and shit.
That's cool.
Yeah. Tenían como a little
picnic table.
Picnic table. Yeah.
Wow.
And they would go in there and get their squirrel y lo corrían. But that's why I'm like, why would you want to see? Your dad wasn't trying to kill the squirrel. He wanted him to
drop the
pecan. But I'm like, you do understand. There's like another one over there, another one over there.
No, and then you see them jumping from branch to branch.
They don't give a fuck about you. But you know what? Don't eat them and don't hunt them. Pobrecitas. So how many were there?
In 2024, 81 albino squirrels.
So you're not supposed to like kill the albino ones there.
No, like any. Oh. Well, I think specifically the albino ones because you know it's a mutation, right? Pues.
I want to see what they look like.
Oh, and so the 81 that were counted in 2024 is actually a rise from the average of 64 to 73 in recent years.
Dude, it looks like a little Pokemon. Stop.
You would say that.
Anybody? Estela, why would anybody do that? Why are their eyes red, though?
I did see a black one when I was in Toronto, actually, speaking of Toronto.
Wow, look how adorable.
I know.
It looks like a Pokemon.
Yep.
Y luego, pues, there's only a rate of 1 in 100,000. So they have a lot of them there.
Yeah, that's like what it's known for. And only.
Wow. Nice. Okay, I like that one. That one's a good one.
Now... we have to take it historical. Ya sabes, pues.
Es que sometimes you have to do it, hermana.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it has to happen.
Yeah.
Because when you're smart like us, You're fucking...
You bring the historics.
No, you know all the fucking facts.
Yeah.
Todas las facts.
Well, we look it up online, but we put it together. We put it together. You know, you put it together.
Yeah.
Now, historically, Richland County, Illinois, was established in 1841, very old-timey, and was named after Richland County, Ohio, not Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, because many of the early settlers came to Richland, Illinois. Richland County, Illinois, were coming from over there.
Mm-hmm.
So
not over there.
Pero Richland, you were getting confused with Richmond, right?
Yeah, I thought you said Richmond.
No.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, so that's that.
That's that. In the 1800s.
In today's case, there are a lot of people involved.
Okay.
Like, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Are you going to need to draw me some pictures?
No.
Okay.
So hopefully I put this together well enough. I think I split it up into like 2 parts and like merge them towards the end where everything makes sense. So hopefully...
I'm already confused.
It makes sense.
You know I'm stupid.
No, you're not stupid.
But I mean, I'm a little bit slow.
It's because nobody listens to me.
Nobody, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Exactly
so we'll begin today's case with the murder victim.
Aw.
Joshua,
why are we going to talk about somebody murdering? That's what we do.
That's what we do. Joshua Thomas Bennet was born on July 27th of 1985 in Mattoon, Illinois. I believe that's how you say it. To parents, Jacqueline and Jerry Bennet. I put Bibbett. I'm sorry.
That's exactly their names.
Bennet.
Bibbett.
Now, Mattoon is a small town in Coles County. So it's probably, I want to say, maybe like an hour and a half from Richland County or Olney or Claremont. Mm-hmm. In the mid-90s, his parents divorced, and Josh and his older brother Jake decided to stay with their dad in Mattoon.
That sounds like from like the Looney Tunes. Or like Animaniacs.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah.
Now that's where Josh made his life. You know, he went to school, he had his friends. And so that caused Josh and his mom to begin to drift apart.
Okay.
And I don't know if it was the same case with the older brother Jake, but that was the case with her and Josh. And eventually their relationship became strained.
Aw.
While attending Mattoon High School, Josh joined the ROTC and he loved it.
I was in the ROTC.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah, when I was in the 7th grade. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of your moves?
It was just a lot of like push-ups and sit-ups and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. But I was good at it too.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Because I'm loud.
Oh.
So like I was in the, they always put me in the front because I was loud.
Porque te gustaba gritar.
Porque me gusta gritar. Yeah.
Okay.
For a little bit, I thought I was going to go into the army. It was like, maybe like for like 2 seconds. Y luego se me quitó.
Oh, you were inspired.
I was inspired.
Okay.
Yeah, but I did. I was in there for 2 years. I was good at it too.
Good.
Yeah, I was good at it too. But then after that, then I was like, never mind.
Well, Josh loved it so much that everybody knew what he was going to do exactly after he graduated. Mm-hmm. And that was to join the service.
Good for him because I thought about it 2 seconds. Y luego I saw a boy and I was like, oh, never mind.
Mm-hmm. Come here. Now, he began basic training in Louisiana in 2004 after he graduated, and he finished his training in the summer of 2005.
Damn, in Louisiana in that heat?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
He enlisted in the U.S. Army Delta Company and was set to be deployed to the war in Iraq.
Oh, wow.
But right before he was set to leave, Josh received devastating news.
Oh.
His dad, Jerry, suffered a heart attack, and he passed away in July at the age of 52.
Wow, so young.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
El señor estaba bien joven.
Bien joven.
Josh was, of course, devastated, and so he took a leave from the army, and he returned to Mattoon for the funeral. Yeah. So weeks passed, and like I said, he took a leave, so ahí se quedó. He's spending time with his friends and just being back home, you know? And then he was told by his friends that maybe he should think about reaching out to his mom.
Okay.
You know, he wasn't too keen on the idea, but the death of his dad, you know, definitely.
So his dad didn't remarry or anything? No tenía pareja?
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, like I said, the death of his dad kind of put things into perspective. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so he decided to reach out to his mom. This brings us to the night of August 22nd, 2005. So Josh went over to his mom's house at 175 East Fair Street in Claremont, Illinois, where she lived with her boyfriend, Lee Jackson.
Oh, not Lee Jackson.
¿Por qué Lee Jackson?
I don't know. It just sounds funny.
¿Cómo que qué?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
His girlfriend at the time, the Josh, her name was Jane Hopper Talbert.
Her name was Jane Hopper?
Jame.
Jame?
Like James, but without the S. Jame.
James
Hopper Talbert.
Hopper was her middle name.
No, it's like a hyphenated.
Oh, that was her last name.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopper.
Like Hopper from Stranger Things. You don't watch Stranger
I don't watch
Things.
Stranger
Okay,
Things.
maybe
Thank you very
should
much.
start.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you.
Last season's coming out. You should,
no,
should
I'm
probably
good.
do it.
I'm good.
Okay. So she said that James said that she was supposed to go también to dinner at her mom's house. I mean,
ella iba a acompañar, como que dice. Okay.
Pero I forget why at the end, al último, no fue la muchacha. No fue con Josh, but she did say que she talked to him on the phone and that, she talked to him that night and that she assumed that she was going to talk to him the next morning, like nothing. But that never happened because Josh was killed that night. In the early hours of August 23rd, 911 dispatch received a call from a woman who was very frantic on the line about someone being stabbed and shot.
Dude, how? If he was going to go see his mom and they hadn't talked in a long time, what the fuck? And then just de repente he's dead? That's crazy.
That was pretty much the only thing the operator was able to gather due to, again, how frantic the woman was on the line. So Deputy Robert Blythe with the Richland County Sheriff's Office Department received the call from dispatch about 3 a.m. And so Deputy Blythe, who was actually about to go home since his shift was done, made his way to their home in Claremont. As he arrived, a pregnant woman rushed him and screamed at him that someone had been shot and someone else had been stabbed and that they were inside the house.
Okay.
So as he made his way inside the house, right away he came across a man who was injured on the floor, and he was on his back, and he was trying to scoot towards the door.
Scoot?
Scoot.
Oh, I thought you said scoot. I'm like,
no,
what?
No.
He was trying to get to the door, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Then he noticed another man standing in the room, and it was 23-year-old Jackie Jackson, who Deputy Blythe had known for a really long time. And then Jackie screamed at Deputy Blythe. He said, "Robbie, I've shot him." Now, due to the amount of blood at the scene...
So Jackie is a male or a female?
Man.
Oh, okay.
So due to the amount of blood at the scene, the deputy made sure paramedics were on the way. And as he continued to make his way around the home, on the kitchen floor was another male victim who was bleeding profusely from the chest and abdomen, but appeared to still be alive. And there was a knife lying next to him. So Deputy Blythe assumed that it was the weapon that was used to stab him. Now, in the utility room was a third victim.
What the fuck? Did everybody die in there?
This time a woman. She also had numerous stab wounds to the stomach.
What? And who was that?
As he waited for the EMTs to arrive, Deputy Blythe asked Jackie what happened. And Jackie explained that the man he shot was an intruder, the one that was trying to scoot to the door.
Okay.
And then the other two victims were Jacqueline and Joshua Bennet. And they were mother and son.
Wow.
And they both had been stabbed by an intruder.
So somebody was trying to get into the house and then stabbed them too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
By the time paramedics arrived, Jacqueline and the intruder, the attacker, were still alive. But tragically, 20-year-old Josh...
Oh my God. A
succumbed
baby.
to his injuries.
A baby, dude.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He had lost too much blood. And he pretty much bled to death. Jacqueline and the intruder were transported by ambulance to the local hospital. Now, as detectives arrived at the scene and began their questioning, they learned that the pregnant woman's name is Lindsay Kasinger. They tried to interview her, but she was hysterical. She could not calm down. Since she was 8 months pregnant,
wow,
they decided not to push the questioning at the moment.
I would think.
In my last episode, también está, she was 8 months pregnant, Doreen.
Doreen, yeah.
So Jackie, on the other hand, explained that the night before, on August 22nd, Josh arrived to spend the night with his mother at the house. They were going to have dinner. He was going to spend the night. Who I mentioned earlier lived with her boyfriend, Lee Jackson, who was Jackie's dad.
Okay.
Okay. And then Jackie and Lindsay were a couple and lived with Lee and Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I am. I'm following.
So there were 5 people in the home.
At that moment.
4 of them lived there on the regular, and then Joshua was the one that was staying the night because he was there to see his mom.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. So Jackie continued to say that while he managed to shoot one of the intruders with the shotgun, there was a second one who was stabbed in the leg during a fight, and he managed to flee.
Okay.
Since he had been wearing a mask, he wasn't able to give a description of what he looked like, and added that he had no idea who they were or what they wanted and why they were there.
Mm-hmm.
He then relayed the events from the beginning. According to him, he said that he and Lindsay slept in the basement, and at around 3 a.m, he was awakened by Josh yelling for help. He woke up Lindsay and told her to run to the neighbors. He then loaded a 12-gauge shotgun and made his way upstairs. He saw two intruders in a ski mask stabbing Josh in the chest area. He then used the butt of the shotgun to strike one of the intruders and move him away from Josh, which then caused that intruder to fall to the floor. Then the second intruder then grabbed the barrel of the gun, and as they were struggling to control it, Jackie pulled the trigger, which shot the intruder in the stomach.
Which is really strange for an intruder to bring a knife. Now, I get the fact that if you're going to do like a armed robbery or something, like, okay, you use a knife para asustar, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Pero for someone that's going to go and steal, let's say, according to them, TVs or whatever, I don't know what they're stealing. Pero my deal is like, for you to bring a knife and then start stabbing, like that just that's kind of weird, don't you think?
And I think I've said this before. I'm like, I think it's crazy to me that people break into other people's house while they're there.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what the fuck you're walking into.
Yeah. So this guy has a shotgun,
Yes.
Jackie.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yes.
okay, I get that.
Have you ever seen the movie Don't Breathe?
No, probably not.
Okay, you should watch.
No. But anyway, so what I'm saying is like, isn't that weird that they had a knife?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just saying.
No, I'm glad that you pointed that out because I thought that was weird too. But then you have no idea where this is going.
Okay. I'm just saying because that's kind of weird. Like I would understand you. Okay, let's go into these people's houses, with a gun that you can shoot and run. Mm-hmm. Pero a knife, let me stab them first. And then run? Like that makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, go ahead.
Now, like I said, Jackie, they were fighting with the gun and he ended up pulling the trigger and shot the guy.
Yeah, right? In the stomach. And that's the one that was laid out.
Yeah.
In the house. Okay.
Yeah. Then he said that he recalled dropping the gun in a moment of shock and in panic. And in that same moment, the other intruder, al que le había dado con el chingadazo with the butt of the gun, came at him with the knife.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then they began to wrestle. And in the chaos, the intruder was stabbed in the leg. I don't know if the intruder stabbed himself or Jackie managed to...
Something
happened, but he ended up being stabbed. And though he was wounded, al último, he, managed to flee.
Okay.
Now, as all of this was happening inside the home, Lindsay managed to make it to the neighbor's house, letting them know that the people had broken into the home and that they had knives. And then that's when 911 was called. So a manhunt ensued for the assailant that got away. Now, the Claremont, it was so small. It was like a township, considered like a township of only like 200 people. And it was only like 11 minutes away from Olney. Now, so the community was notified via local radio stations of the armed suspect in the area, and they were advised to lock their doors. And then también they brought in canines y todo eso to assist in the search. Mm-hmm. At the same time, Sergeant Kelly Henby thought it was best to make his way to Richland Memorial Hospital to get information from the assailant in case he died.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, he had been shot in the chest.
With the shotgun?
With the 12 gauge.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what that means, but...
It's big.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Though the assailant wasn't weak and bad shape, Sergeant Henby and Sergeant Waggle were cleared by doctors to speak to him. Y Henby said that he actually had to go up to him y quitarle like the oxygen mask para poder entenderlo.
Oh, bien telenovela and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
They learned that his name was David Linder and that he was 29.
Okay.
About his accomplice, David said that he only knew him as Ricky and didn't know anything else.
Man, I would just sing like a little bird. Now I'm about to die. You already caught me. You know what? Go get this motherfucker.
Regardless, Henby continued to press him for information on why they had broken into the home. And he said that the lady put a hex on him.
What?
And so they had to kill her.
Meaning like Josh's mom?
So Henby asked him, who put a hex on you? And David responded, the lady that lives there. She put a hex on us.
The fuck?
Henby and Waggle were so fucking confused. They had never heard of anything like this. But they did manage to get the name of the assailant that got away. Remember, he said that I only know him as Ricky. And that was enough for now. So they put out a bolo for all hospitals in the surrounding areas since they believed that he would seek medical attention for his wound. So next, Henby and Waggle find Jacqueline in stable condition and decide to ask her about David's claims about this quote-unquote hex. And of course, they also informed her that her son,
her 20-year-old son that you haven't seen.
That you were trying to reconnect with.
Yeah, you haven't seen in I don't know how many years, that his dad just passed away.
Yeah.
Is now dead. Okay, great.
Of course, she was fucking, I can't even imagine, just devastated. In her version of events, she recalled waking up after hearing the dogs barking, making noise, and she made her way to the kitchen. There, she was approached by the two intruders who began stabbing her.
Just random, started stabbing her.
That's she was actually stabbed 3 times.
Damn.
When Josh heard his mom was in distress, he rushed to help her, and he managed to come in between them, and that's when he was fatally stabbed in the chest. Now, Jacqueline was asked if she had ever met David Lindner, and she said no, and that she had no idea who he was or what he was talking about as far as this hex witchcraft thing that he had mentioned. When asked about her boyfriend, Lee Jackson, she said that he was working. So he worked overnight, which was corroborated, so he was obviously not a suspect in anything that happened. Now, at this point, investigators had very few answers. But their APB/BOLO from earlier was about to pay off. Sometime after 8 in the morning, police received a call from the Lawrence County Memorial Hospital, which was about 20 minutes away, and they were informed that there was a male patient named Oscar Eck seeking treatment for a stab wound.
Okay.
And he didn't want to tell them how he got that stab wound.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't you just make something up?
No, because they're stupid.
No, but wouldn't you? Like,
would I make a
Wouldn't
girl,
you have
no.
like a story?
I'd be crying. I'd be like, I stabbed him. I didn't do. That's me personal. Pero, I mean, even at that, they're gonna know that something's up.
Like it was a stab wound, right?
Yeah, and it's a male, and it's stabbed in the leg.
20 minutes away.
20 minutes away, like, yeah.
Waggle made his way to the Lawrence County Memorial Hospital to speak to this Oscar man, this Oscar character. And as he was walking into the hospital, he saw a man walking out of the hospital limping.
Oh, they let him go. Well, yeah, they can't hold him.
So thinking that this might be Oscar trying to make a run for it, he stopped him and asked him for an ID, which he complied. And the ID stated the name Oscar R. Eck.
Okay.
So the R stood for Richard.
Or Ricky.
Ricky, question mark,
Maybe. Possibly.
Waggle asked him why he was at the hospital, to which Oscar responded that he was there to get treatment for his leg injury, but wanted some fresh air.
Oh, because when he was probably like, shit, they know I'm here for a reason, so I need to get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. And he said that he como había dicho, I need some air, I'm just going to come inside and take a deep breath,
Yeah.
Get some of those allergies.
Yeah.
But that he planned to go back outside after he was done with air breathing.
Yeah. He was just going to get a little bit of air.
Fresh, yes. A little bit.
Like a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then he pulled up his pant leg and there was like blood, of course, running down onto his sock from the wound. And even, Waggle was able to tell the bitch, that looks like a stab wound, you know?
No, it's not a stab wound.
No?
Me raspé.
Oh, when Waggle asked him how he had gotten the injury, Oscar explained that it was work-related, something to do with drywall or something.
Ya ves, se cayó. Like the guy from last week that he had, his hand he was carving a pumpkin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As they were talking outside, 2 women walked up to them. Jenny Wolfe and Irenia Cotner. Okay. According to both women and Oscar, they were his friends and they were waiting on him to get treatment for his injury.
Oh, he was at their pimp.
Why is that your first thought?
I don't know.
No.
Because I'm always thinking about pimps and hoes, bitch.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
I was like, maybe that's their pimp. I don't know.
No. As they were speaking, Waggle noticed that the women were acting odd, especially Irenia.
Bess?
She seemed nervous to the point of shaking.
Oh.
And she was avoiding eye contact. After Oscar had, like we said, gotten enough
That's
fresh air.
Yeah.
He made his way back inside to receive care for his wound. So Waggle asked 34-year-old Irenia and 20-year-old Jenny to go down to the station for some questioning, to which they both agreed, right? And again, Waggle found it odd that they didn't even ask any questions on why they were being asked to go to the station. They were just like,
but you know what? Okay. I don't think I would ask questions either.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you would, hey, what is this in regards to?
Hell no. I'd be like, okay.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. I
even after doing this podcast?
Yeah. Well, maybe after doing the podcast, but I'm just saying, like, just my first thought would have been like, hey, can we ask you something? Okay.
You want to accompany us?
Can you come with me? Because I'm going to go. Yeah, boy.
Because they're police?
Because they're police, yeah. I would be scared to say no. What if I say no? Or what if I question and then they get mad, or they'll be like, hey, you know. Te vamos a arrestar. And my anxiety would never.
Yeah.
So I would be scared. I would be like, no, okay, I'll go.
Okay.
Me, personal, would you ask?
Hell yeah, bitch.
Oh, no, I would be like, yeah, let's go.
Back then, maybe I wouldn't have, but now, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for example, when people are like, "Oh, you have to ask for a lawyer," like I would have been the dumbass to just talk shit.
Answer all the questions.
Answer all the questions with no lawyer.
Like incriminate yourself.
Yeah. Now I know.
Even though you didn't do it.
Even though I had nothing, bro. I will start talking about shit that happened 10 years ago.
They're like, "Ma'am, how does this pertain?"
Shut up! I'm telling you my story. Pero that's what I'm saying. Like but I guess that's just me because my anxiety. I would be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Like I said, they both agreed to go down to the station. While Irenia was being questioned, Hemby made his way into the room and noticed that Irenia, again, was avoiding eye contact and mostly kept her head down. When asked how she knew Oscar and if she knew David Linder, she said that yes, they were friends. She stated that they both had been at her home the previous night, but Oscar left when he took Jenny, or he gave Jenny a ride to work, and then David left after she said that she was going to bed. Now, when asked if she knew anything about the attacks and the murder that happened earlier that morning, she stated that she didn't know anything about them. And Jenny pretty much echoed the same the same statement. They were both, of course, let go because, I mean, they didn't really
do anything
or give any type of information. They weren't very helpful. But Irenia's behavior raised flags for investigators, you know? Mm-hmm. So while Oscar was in the hospital, investigators ran a background check and nothing criminal came up, but they were able to get his last known address and decided to go pay it a visit.
And he was a pimp.
He was not a pimp. After knocking on the door, you had no idea what he was.
Not a pimp, I'll tell you that much.
That's about it.
Yeah.
After knocking on the door, a woman answered. Her name was Misty Gangloff.
Okay.
And she stated that she was or had been Oscar's roommate. I know they had lived together. Like they were roommates. I just didn't know if they were roommates at this point in time when the police went over. She allowed investigators to go inside. And when asked if she knew anything about the murder that had taken place earlier that morning and asked if Oscar had been involved, she said that she didn't know anything about it and that didn't know if anything about Oscar's possible involvement or anything like that. However, as Misty was talking, detectives noticed certain books that were within eyesight about witchcraft.
Oh, shit.
Which reminded them of what David had stated at the hospital.
That's something I do not fuck with. Mm-hmm. I don't fuck with the witchcraft. That scares me.
Yeah. So they thought that they were like, this can't be a coincidence, right? Like,
no, there's no way.
Mm-hmm. Especially, we've never heard about this, and now
it could be a coincidence, but it would be very far fetched.
Like twice in one day. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. It could happen that somebody would, that two people would say something about being,
or just have something about.
It could be, but honestly, it's probably more possibility from them to be a pimp than anything else. I'm just saying.
And so they asked Misty to go to the police station, which, she agreed. While being interviewed, Misty admitted that she knew Jenny and Irenia.
Oh, she did? Okay.
Yes. She stated that she met Jenny through Oscar. Because remember, she and Oscar were roommates.
Yeah.
And then she met Jenny through Oscar since they all worked at Walmart together. Okay. And that she met Irenia through Jenny since Jenny lived with Irenia. Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you following? Is it confusing?
Not yet.
Okay. Now we're going to go back to where this is in 2005. We're going back to 2000, 2001.
Okay. This is when they...
And I promise all of this will make sense.
Okay.
Okay. According to Misty, she began working at Walmart in Olney at around 2000, 2001. She was sort of like a loner, an outcast, I guess, if you want to say, didn't have many friends, or if any. Around the same time, she became interested in Wicca. So Wicca is a modern nature-based pagan religion that honors a goddess and a god and celebrates the cycles of nature through festivals like solstice and equinox. It says practitioners can be solitary or in groups called covens.
Okay.
Now, that's what Misty, became interested in. And which Misty, she says, she was like, I didn't consider it black magic or even witchcraft. She's like, to me, it just had to do, I like that it had to do with nature and the earth. And she would like sage her house and, she would make good luck charms, that sort of thing. She was into crystals. That's how she took it. And that's how she practiced it.
But she wasn't taking it like in a way of being like, this is,
I'm going to curse somebody. No.
Okay.
And she said, whatever I did, it was just to like ward off like bad energy, todo eso. Okay. And after she and Jenny started to become close friends, she discovered that Jenny was also interested in Wicca. And then they'd get together and like practice it. And they would do, things here and there. And it made them closer friends than they were before. Now,
Wicca sounds like a board game. like Scrabble or something. I don't know.
Now, when Misty would go over, because I believe Misty, they all worked the night shift or the third shift at Walmart overnight. So Misty iba a dejar a Jenny a su casa after work. And then when Misty would go over and she and Jenny would try to practice Wicca, Irenia was always there hovering. Because remember, Jenny lived with Irenia.
Mm-hmm. So she kind of was like interested on what they were doing, or maybe like being metiche.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And then Misty said that Irenia como que nunca le cayó, y que according to her, she just, these were her words, que she looked like she was dumb.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Irenia was described as a quote unquote pick me character. Yeah. But Jenny told Irenia that she and Misty were into the occult. She saw it as a way to kind of like infiltrate their twosome friendship, right? Que también ella quería ser parte del pastel. Now, Irenia was also into the occult, but she did more of like candle reading, which I had no idea was like a thing, and tarot cards.
Candle reading?
Yes.
People read candles? Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
I don't want to know.
Now, after she wiggled her way in, as I just mentioned, Irenia told him that they should form a coven. Misty wasn't a big fan of this idea, but if she wanted to keep hanging out with Jenny, she'd have to play along, right? So the three of them began to do, like, again, light stuff. Again, saging, protection spells, that sort of thing.
Like the crystals?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But Irenia eventually cagó el palo.
Como siempre.
Irenia already had Jenny blindly following her. It appeared that she had taken in Jenny and taken her from a bad living home situation. And Jenny was, like, a little lost. She was 20, dude. Like, And so she saw Irenia as sort of like a savior or like a mother figure. She looked up to her. But to get Misty to also follow her, she had to try a little harder, and play into her interests. So Irenia told Misty that she was a strong witch with strong powers that could help her get rid of her excruciating migraines that she suffered from, that she would also be able to protect them from harm and stuff like that. And so she made both women like a bag of a protection bag, which consisted of like herbs and some other things. And they were supposed to get rid of Misty's migraines and anything bad that was happening in their lives, as long as they kept the bags on them at all times. So as time passed, Irenia made herself the little leader of the coven.
Okay.
She could be very domineering and pushy, which she seemed to get away with because she tended to surround herself with people that were way younger than her. Remember, Irenia was in her early to mid-30s, and Misty and Jenny were in their early 20s. Mm-hmm. A year passes, and Misty's still getting migraines, and nothing is getting better for Jenny or Irenia either.
Does this sound like the witch is not really witching right now?
One would assume that it's just life being, life. Mm-hmm. Like, some things just, But Irenia said it different.
Oh, really?
Okay. In the spring of 2005, Irenia told Misty and Jenny that she had traveled to northern Indiana and spoke with a much more powerful witch who told her that a hex had been placed on her.
And that's why she was getting the migraines.
And that things were going to get bad and even possibly death could happen if they didn't get rid of the hex.
Oh, okay. It could have been just her hormones or, it could be, a brain tumor, or it could be like other things.
No, but she was telling them that this other powerful witch that she visited was telling her that she had a hex, that Irenia had a hex on her.
Okay.
Okay. And then Misty and Jenny believed this because Irenia's dogs, just a little bit of a trigger warning for animal death.
Don't tell me. I don't want to hear.
I'm not sure how many she had.
Oh, no.
But her dogs began to die.
No, bitch.
As if somebody was poisoning them.
No.
So when she was telling them like, hey, somebody, placed a hex on me, that look, my dogs are dying. They believed her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Irenia explained to them that the hex hadn't only been placed on her, but on all three of them.
Because they were...
That's why the protection bags hadn't gotten rid of Misty's migraines.
Oh, wow.
And she still suffered from like bouts of depression and that sort of thing. And the same for Jenny. She just wasn't able to get out of the hole of that she was in emotionally.
Okay.
And it was all due to this hex, supposedly, que Irenia dijo that, had been placed on them. So now they had to fight witchcraft with more witchcraft. It was a witch off.
Bitch, not the witch off.
The women gathered, and according to Irenia, to get rid of this hex, they had to jump over a broomstick that was on the ground, which they did. And they had to wait. Misty also took it upon herself. Like she went back through like her Wicca books and to see if she could find anything that could help like ward off negative energy. And then she found that chamomile helped with that. So she was, like sprinkling around her and that sort of thing as a protective measure. After this, they had a candle reading and asked the candle if the hex was still in place, which it affirmed that it was. The hex had not been broken.
Okay.
Irenia, who was into darker witchcraft, as we're seeing here, told Misty and Jenny that the dark forces told her that the only way to get rid of the hex was to kill the witch who had placed it upon them, which was a powerful witch by the name Lindsay Kasinger.
So did she just go like on the white pages and found this?
If you remember,
yes.
Lindsay Kasinger is Jackie's pregnant girlfriend.
Yes.
From the beginning of this episode.
That's correct.
At this point, remember, because Misty's being interviewed, Misty informed investigators that Irenia had dated Jackie.
Okay.
She's about 10 years older than him. The two met in 2000, which would have made him like 18.
Wow. And she was in
late 20s.
Late 20s, yeah.
Yeah. And they dated for 4 years.
Okay.
And things ended when Jackie broke up with Irenia in November 2004. It seemed that Jackie broke up with her to pursue a relationship with Lindsay, which also Lindsay was like 17 and this motherfucker was like 23. Okay. She was like 17, 18 and she was pregnant.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah. Now, according to Misty, the fact that Jackie left Irenia for someone younger sent her into like a tailspin. And even more so when she found out that Lindsay was pregnant.
Okay.
Now, between April and August of 2005, Irenia, Misty, and Jenny met up between 12 to 15 times to brainstorm on how to get rid of this hex.
Okay. But I mean, honestly, like when you look back at this, it's like there's a lot of people that are into this.
No,
like,
I understand.
So I understand why they would be trying to get rid of the hex. You know what I mean? Like, like at this point, we know that somebody's dead and it's not a good thing. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of people that follow this and that they...
But I think this was just brought in as a tool to help manipulate them because that's what they were into. I don't think this represents the Wicca community or witchcraft or anything like that. It was just this crazy ass bitch, right?
Yeah.
Now, between April and June, she, like Misty, Irenia, or she and Jenny would drive to where Jackie and Lindsay were living. They drove out there like 8 to 10 times and they just watched the house from a cornfield.
That's creepy. Not the cornfield, bitch. You know, I'm scared of that.
But things began to escalate. In one instance, Irenia told Jenny to go put firecrackers in the gas tank of one of the vehicles, or I'm assuming which was Lindsay's vehicles. The goal was to make the car explode as Lindsay was driving it.
No, that's not that way it works.
Of course, this did not work.
But it's the hex. The hex, she's powerful, pues.
Another time, all three women met in the outskirts of town, and they were like firing a weapon that Irenia had purchased, and they like were firing it through like a pillow or like a milk jug to try and silence it.
Okay, they watched too much TV.
In another instance in May, Irenia told Misty and Jenny to set the house on fire while she watched from afar, of course. Misty and Jenny followed Irenia's instruction and poured gasoline on multiple corners of the house, and it lit up. The flames did ignite, but not long after, much to Irenia's dismay, they died down on their own.
Well, yeah, because you didn't have enough.
Yeah, or the wind isn't like helping, so...
There's a lot of explanations.
But to continue the ruse, she told Jenny and Misty that the fire extinguished itself because that's just how powerful of a witch Lindsay was.
Oh, okay. So she was probably like, oh, well, that's why we can't get rid of it.
That's why nothing's working.
Nothing's working.
Because she's so powerful. She saw, she's pushing against us. Lighting the house on fire appeared to have been the last straw for Misty, and she distanced herself from Jenny and Irenia.
I was hoping that somebody would open up their eyes and be like, okay, this is not right.
Yeah. And then from then on, she said that she would only see Jenny at work, but I don't think they spoke or anything like that. So she was like, I ain't doing this no more.
And then she was probably like, you do it then.
But Irenia wasn't deterred and found someone else she could manipulate and bring into the fold. In comes Oscar. I believe Oscar was now the one giving Jenny rides home from work. And I think it's when Irenia was able to draw him in. Oscar, like the others, also had an interest in the occult. And Irenia made him believe that she was this almighty powerful witch that was going to impart all this power and wisdom onto him. And she was going to show him how to become powerful too.
This is kind of sad, though.
It is. I mean, but
I'm not trying to be funny or anything.
No. But like, imagine,
it is because it's like, dude, like.
Well, imagine how people get brainwashed into a cult. I mean, it's the same.
Okay, So but my deal is like she's preying on these kids or these young people that are
like loners
or mental, ¿cómo se dice? Illness
or like depressed
y todo eso, or lonely.
Yeah.
También maybe they need somebody to talk to.
Or no, they just want to belong, or they just want to belong somewhere. Have like a community of people that just understands you.
Even at that girl that was like you took me under your wing. Like, I mean, she was, she was, but like, you're taking advantage of these kids. Like, that's messed up.
Well, Oscar was like 30 something.
Well, I meant kids, meaning like.
No, but like Jenny and Misty, the frontal lobe was still, in development.
No, Oscar, ese es otro pedo. He wanted to be almighty. That's why.
No. Yeah. Now, Irenia también managed to convince Oscar that Lindsay's hex extended onto him too. On August 23rd, 2005, investigators finally were able to interview. So we're back on like
present time.
On August 23rd, 2005, investigators finally interviewed Oscar Ricky Eck after he had received treatment finally for his fucking leg. And Oscar was willing to give all the answers.
Yeah, I told you.
He stated that he truly did believe what Irenia had told him, that Lindsay was this powerful witch, had placed a hex on him too, and just like Misty stated, the only way to break the hex was to kill Lindsay.
But the thing is, they were trying to kill Lindsay, but they killed someone totally, like they stabbed Jackie.
Well, no, they stabbed Josh.
Well, Jackie got hurt too. Jackie was the mom, no?
Jacqueline, and then Jackie the son.
I mean, Jacqueline.
It's because Jackie's the son.
They stabbed Jacqueline, and
we'll get to why all that happened. In another instance, after Misty had exited the premises, she was done with everything.
Peace out, bro.
Oscar went along with Jenny and drove to Lindsay's house with a gun and knife in hand.
Oh wow! Okay,
ready to attack. But once they arrived, Jenny couldn't bring herself to even make it to the front door. Like she was just.
They weren't bad kids though. Like they weren't bad people.
Shitless.
Like they weren't. I don't want. I keep calling them kids, but the reason I'm saying
it's because they are kids.
Yeah, but like, I'm just saying they weren't bad people. Like they weren't out there.
They were being manipulated or something. Yeah. Because if it wasn't for Irenia, I don't think any of this would have happened.
Not only that, but like.
I'm not trying to make excuses because everybody makes their own decisions.
Everybody makes their own decisions. But if you are like manipulated, like you said, and they're like, yo, do this, and she really believed him, then.
I mean, and like you said, Jenny, at least in Jenny's case, she, thought Irenia was like a mother figure to her,
Exactly. Like she wouldn't lie to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, after this failed attempt that Jenny couldn't bring herself to, make it to the front door, Irenia was not happy with her.
Oh, wow.
And so she was like, I'm mad at you. Go to the corner and, face a corner. Oscar told Irenia that he knew somebody else in the occult community who could assist them. And this is where David Linder comes in, who Oscar had just met the week prior.
Wow. Some people are...
Wild.
They're wild and girl.
David was new to Olney, Illinois.
I'm telling you.
Which is where the rest of them, they all lived. David claimed to be a warlock. Do you know what a warlock is?
It sounds like you...
Do you not watch Halloween Town, Charmed, Sabrina?
Yes, I know what
Pero se te olvidó.
No, sí, güey, pero hace mucho. I know it has something to do with being like high and mighty.
No, it's like a male witch. It's just a male witch.
Yeah, I know it had to do with like, I thought it was, you know what I thought it was? A sorcerer, like yeah, okay.
It's like a you're a male witch, pretty much. So it is. So he believed everything Irenia was saying, that she herself was a powerful witch, and that they were trying to break a hex that had been placed on all of them. And David himself, claimed that he had broken a few hexes in his life.
How old was this guy?
29.
Okay.
So he agreed to join them on their mission to kill Lindsay and finally break the hex.
They're like, he's like, we could do it. I could do it.
I've done it.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that week, all three of them, Irenia, Oscar, and David, all met. And then they were conducting like a number of seances. Then they met again on August 22nd.
Okay.
To discuss the plan to finally kill Lindsay. And they had a final seance. During this seance, Irenia, through a candle reading, was communicating with God and Satan. And they asked...
At the same time?
Apparently.
Oh, okay.
They asked yes or no questions. And the way the flame flickered, that was their answer, yes or no, right? The candle told Irenia that night was the night that Lindsay had to be killed. So the plan put forth by her was that Oscar and David had to stab Lindsay and her unborn child and then take her bra to an open field or an open road and cast a certain spell. And that would finally put an end to the hex once and for all.
Wow.
Now, Irenia?
This is you know what? You're saying all these things, and you know what?
Are you trying to like grasp?
No, you know what I'm trying to sit here and do is think about these people, the other people, the people that were in the house, like Jackie and Jacqueline
Lindsay and Joshua.
They're living their fucking life. Like they're out there asleep. No. Like before that, they're over here like
having
watching
dinner
them through the fucking cornfields and shit. And they're having dinner. Like they're eating fucking churches and shit, or KFC. And for some reason, I think that they were eating.
No,
fried
maybe
chicken.
she made pot roast.
Maybe she made pot roast. And I don't think she cooked that night. But anyway, so that they're eating. And everybody's chilling. She goes to work. We're back from work. Her boyfriend is off working somewhere, and she's just there chilling with the other. Like, girl, living their life.
Putting
firecracker, not the firecrackers.
Putting firecrackers in Lindsay's car.
In your fucking car.
And then
to blow it up. And then not only that, but like gas to blow up your house. Like
they lit your house on fire.
This is incredible.
And you didn't know.
Like straight up incredible.
Now, again, Irenia lit another candle. And
fuck her candles, man.
And she told them that they had until that candle burned out to complete the murder. And if they didn't complete it in that window of time, their entire families could die.
I can't. So how long did it take? I don't know if you know this or you're going to tell me. How long did it take in between the time that that Jackie started dating the girl?
November 2004, and this is in August 2005. Well, he broke up with Irenia in November 2004.
So she couldn't get over it.
especially not after she found out that she was pregnant.
In this time, to where now you're involving all of these people. Okay, I just want to make sure. You can't get over it. Que ya te dejó el hombre. Okay, got it.
Now, she also told them that while she couldn't accompany them,
I'm guessing why.
They would have 5 subdemons with them for protection, and they would also make sure that everything went according to plan.
No, not the demons, because we know I'm a demon slayer.
No, 5 subdemons.
Oh, this is even higher than regular demons.
I don't know. I don't know if it's under. They're not upper moons.
They're not upper moons. No. Okay, got it.
So they quickly jumped into action because remember they had that candle until that candle burned down.
The candle was going to burn down.
Yeah.
Now my question is, was the candle going to burn down evenly or was it just burning down?
Girl, I don't know. I don't know none of that.
I just want to know.
So first they drove to the house to see if Lindsay. I don't know how they're making sure she's there. I don't know if it's by her car or I don't know.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Do they have a window? Se ve para dentro? Like I don't know.
Like, ¿cómo estaba la casa set up? Because they're living in the basement. Yeah. So what if somebody took, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. By her car, quién sabe. So they drove. They saw that Lindsay was there somehow. And then they, went to Walmart where they purchased masks and gloves. Mm-hmm. After arriving back at the house just after 3 a.m, now armed with knives and pepper spray, Oscar and David crawled into the home through a kitchen window.
Not the pepper spray.
According to Oscar, the plan went to shit as soon as they made it inside the house because the dog started barking. Mm-hmm. And as they were standing in the hallway, that's when Jacqueline walked in from the hallway.
You know what's crazy to me is that they didn't probably even know what this woman looked like.
They did not because it was dark. And I think they said that Jacqueline maybe had se miraba like...
Gordita?
Maybe. I didn't want to say gordita, pero they thought it was...
Let's be honest.
They thought it was Lindsay, so they began to stab her.
Unnecessary. So now how did they end up stabbing...
As I mentioned earlier, that's when Josh came to his mother's rescue, or his mother's defense. And as we know, he was stabbed in the chest and killed.
Unnecessary.
Then Jackie made his way upstairs. Remember, as all of this was happening, Oscar managed to spray Jackie in the face with pepper spray, but I don't know if he didn't do it properly, quién sabe, but it didn't work. Again, that's when...
The demons weren't there to help him.
The subdemons. Again, that's when he hit Oscar, with the butt of the shotgun. David approached Jackie, and then the two wrestled with the gun, as I mentioned earlier. Now, this wasn't mentioned initially, but apparently Oscar had joined in that struggle. And it was all 3 of them there when Jackie pulled that trigger that ended up shooting David.
Okay.
And then afterward, he wrestled with Oscar with a knife. And, again, he ended up getting stabbed. I don't know if Oscar stabbed himself or Jackie managed to do it. But after Oscar was stabbed, lo aventó down the basement stairs. Mm-hmm. Y I don't know if in all the chaos también, then aquel alcanzó a escaparse.
My deal is, so, they stabbed... Poor Joshua.
And then, after they had already stabbed the mom. And then Jackie took on both of them.
That's crazy. That is so crazy.
Now, after...
We need to find a better word than crazy. I think we should say...
Preposterous.
This is ludicrous.
Yeah. Oscar didn't seek medical attention at first. He went to Irenia's house.
Because she's a witch.
A decirle que el plan se había mamado.
Pues sí, güey, se mamó el pinche plan porque son unos idiotas.
And then after Jenny returned home from work, then they took Oscar to the hospital, which is when Oscar was walking outside and he was talking to Wago, que walked up to him. So, of course, after his confession, Oscar was placed under arrest and charged with first-degree murder. Mm-hmm. Later that same day, with warrants in hand, detectives were able to bring in Irenia and Jenny back for additional questioning. This time, Jenny couldn't deny not knowing anything about the murders, and when confronted with all the information they had, she confirmed Oscar and Misty's accounts. She said that while it sounded crazy, outlandish, Irenia was just so convincing and persuasive that they all truly did believe what she said, even though none of them knew or had ever met Lindsay.
They didn't know who she was. They had no idea what she looked like.
She brainwashed them into believing that everything bad happening to them was due to one person, and they had to get rid of her. Mm-mm. While interviewing Irenia, she maintained her innocence.
Of course she did, because she's not stupid.
And stated that she was not involved in what had happened. And then after she was pressed further and confronted with the information from all the others, they're like, hey, everybody else talked.
Just say the truth.
Everybody else named you as a mastermind behind the attack. She finally caved and confessed that she was the one that wanted Lindsay dead. Irenia, Lindsay, and Misty were also arrested. Jacqueline was actually stable enough to be released 2 weeks after everything had happened, thankfully. Now, in February of 2006, David Lindner died from the gunshot wound he received that night in August of 2005. He actually never left the hospital, and he ended up falling into a coma. Man. I mean, he died.
He died.
Well, why are you doing shit you're not supposed to be doing?
But it was self-defense, so Jackie didn't really
Jackie shot him.
Well, Jackie shot him, but it wasn't like he was going to be... Okay, it was self-defense, right?
Now, also in 2006, Misty took a plea deal.
Okay.
And she pleaded guilty to conspiracy of first-degree murder and was sentenced, if I'm not mistaken, she ended up doing 7 years.
Okay.
In 2007, Oscar Eck also, pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and received a 20-year sentence. Now, Irenia's trial began on October 23rd, 2006. In the prosecution's opening statement, they alleged that Irenia wanted Lindsay dead due to a man, not anything to do with the fucking hex, She was upset that her ex-lover had left her for someone else, and the way in her mind to bring him back into her life somehow was to kill Lindsay and their unborn child. Misty, Jenny, and Oscar all testified against Irenia, stating that they acted on her instruction and she concocted the whole plan. It was a short trial, bitch, because just 2 days later, the jury, on October 25th, the jury returned with the guilty verdict for Irenia Cotner. She was found guilty of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. After the verdict was read, she threw a tantrum and told the judge to kiss her ass.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This woman was my age. Imagine me acting like that.
Bitch, I'll whoop your ass.
Now, she was sentenced to 57 years in prison, 50 years for the murder, and then 70 years for the conspiracy to commit murder. Now, Jenny, she didn't take a plea deal. She took a chance at a jury trial.
Why?
And she was also found guilty of murder and was sentenced to 32 years.
Idiot.
And
maybe she was still under, maybe she was still believing what Irenia told her,
And that's the case of all of this. Irenia Cotner, Joshua Bennet. I don't know.
That's crazy. No, it's not crazy. What do we say?
Ludicrous. Imagine Josh was at the wrong place at the wrong time, dude.
The fact that he was going to just see his mom
and reconnect,
like his dad, like I said, his dad had just passed away
the month prior. He
was probably having a hard time.
Dude, he was on leave from the army.
Yeah, he had a whole life ahead of him.
His girlfriend, he was 20.
Qué bueno que la girlfriend no había ido con él, porque maybe they would have killed her too, thinking that it was Lindsay. It's crazy. It's ludicrous.
That's ludicrous.
Yeah.
Insane in the membrane.
Insane. But thank you so much for bringing that to us. We appreciate that. Let us know what you think.
Oh, you listened to me?
No. Oh. Let us know what you think. If you would like to follow us, you can on Instagram at
Cafecito and Crime Pod. And if you would like to leave us a review and or rate us. And
send us a message.
Oh, what else?
Comment.
Leave us a review.
Download.
Rate us. Or download. We would really appreciate it. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Come on, please. Ándale. Sí, di que sí. All right. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.